faces. I know there's smiling faces behind all those pictures. And it is my honor to be here today. I want to jump straight in to the lesson today. We're talking about the intellectual self. We know that the intellectual self is aligned with the throat chakra. We know that it is home to our learning capacity. We know that it determines how and what we learn and communicate. And we also know that it's through the intellectual self which we express whatever our truth is. Um, Today, I want to talk about the art of effective, intelligent communication. The art of effective, intelligent communication. Um, I always say this to folks. I speak my truth and I say what I must say. I never say what I have to. I say what I must say. And all the time, it doesn't. It's most of the time. Every time it's ointment, but sometimes it comes with a punch. And I always say this, that it's not what you say as much as it is how they hear it. Let me go back over that again. It's not what you say as much as it is how the other person, the other entity, the other situation, how they heard it. Um, I I always I live a lifestyle now that I don't do things that I need to ask your forgiveness for. I don't do anything that I need to apologize, anything intentional that I need to apologize for. Uh, um, However, for a long time, I have used this as an apology, and I was told recently that it's really not an apology. I apologize how that sounded. Are we really sorry for what we say? I apologize how that sounded. Yeah. Um, Effective, intelligent communication. I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the secret to it. The secret to effective, intelligent communication is keeping it hot. HOT. Keeping it hot. Honest, open, transparent. Doesn't matter what your educational level, doesn't matter if you got, 40, 11 dozen degrees from Harvard and all Ivy League schools, or if you barely made it through your public school. Intelligent communication is hot for all of us. Honest, open, transparent. Let's get to that honesty thing, because I am a proponent of this, and I love that scripture in the Bible that says, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Folks grew up hearing the preacher say "set," and they stopped reading it for themselves. But if you actually go and read that passage on your own, it says that ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So I'm going to start off with the truth always makes you free and is always appropriate. Y'all get what I'm saying with that? The truth always makes the communicator. This is how we communicate. The truth always makes the speaker free. And it's always appropriate, regardless how it sounds. Regardless how it sounds, the truth is always appropriate. Uh, I, I I grew up with a grandmother that would never tolerate lying. I learned very early on that I didn't have to remember the truth. The truth is just is. It's the same yesterday. It was 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 100 years ago. The truth is the truth. The truth never changes, regardless if you like it or not. There's a bunch of truths going on, and there are many truths, and there are many sides to every truth. You know, folks want to say there's two sides to every truth. There are literally at least 144 sides to each truth. Depends on where you're seeing it from and your perspective and your understanding of it. There is no absolute. There is 144 sides to every truth. However, those 144 sides never change, regardless if you like it or not. Being truthful is a sign of integrity. We know a lot of folks that we listen to and we follow and we get caught up in emotional rhetoric. You know, preachers are good at that, but you know who's better is politicians. Politicians are good at getting us whipped up with emotional rhetoric, and it may not be the truth, because they can change their rhetoric after they get what they want. Most politicians, they promise you to give you a chicken in every pot if you elect me, and then when you elect me, then I'm gonna charge you $100 for the pot. Wasn't really the truth. I wasn't gonna give you a chicken anyway. I just wanted your vote. The truth never changes. If I broke something 10 years ago, I broke it today. I'll still tell the same story. I broke it. I did that. I did it. Whether I liked it or not, I learned that telling the truth was much easier. I only got one ass whooping if I told the truth. If I lied, I got the whooping for what I did, and then I got a couple of whoopings for lying. So I was like, well, no, I'd rather take one ass whooping than a multitude for the same thing. Truth never changes, never changes. No matter who's speaking it, no matter where it's coming from, the truth never changes. Practice being brutally honest and start with yourself. That's where all of it starts, with ourselves. If we cannot be truthful with ourselves, what do you think everybody else gonna get? The truth never changes, regardless if you like it or not. I have a question. If the truth never changes, doesn't that make it absolute? No, there's no absolute, because there's too many sides to it. Because what is true, what is one side of truth for you, I have another side of the truth that is true for me, and it may contradict between you and I just because of our perception. So there's no absolute truth. There are absolutes. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west. But that's not an absolute truth, because as soon as the poles shift again, then the sun will rise in the west and set in the east. So we have to be really, really careful when we start claiming and standing on absolutes, claiming and making something. See, when we fall into a dangerous trap when we want to make something an absolute truth. That means that anyone that doesn't believe it like you is wrong. And I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that a divergent opinion makes me wrong. You understand what I mean? I mean, I don't. Perfect example. Here in Las Vegas today, it's overcast and cloudy. And some people will look up and say, "Oh, it's so gloomy and oh, it's cloudy, it's miserable." And I look up and say, "Well, the sun is shining behind the clouds. Sun always shines, even on a rainy day. The sun shines. We can't see it because the clouds obscure it. So my perspective is different than the person who's looking only at the clouds. And they're true. They have a truth that it's gloomy and you can't see the sun and all of that. Yes, yes. Actually, absolutes are relative. Yes. It's relative to you and the situation. So, so first important part of effective intellectual intelligent communication is be truthful, be honest. Be honest. Even if it hurts you, be honest. Number two, we see this a lot. Those of us that parents and raise children, this is where number two comes from, but we do this as adults as well. Avoid backstories. Get to the point. You know what I mean? Uh, 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 a vase. You come home from work. You got 3 kids. You come home from work and a vase is broken in the middle of the floor. You ask the kids, how does it get broke? They're gonna give you a backstory. Oh, well, you see, first what happened, I was at school and then I came home. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How did this get broke? Get to the point. Get to the point. When you give a bunch of fluff, it makes it seem like you're avoiding something. You're avoiding something. If you need medicine, go ahead and take it. If you need relief, go ahead and take telling the truth is relieving, man. It's relieving. Avoid the backstory when at all possible. Sometimes backstory are necessary. I'm not saying every situation you should avoid a backstory, but when you want to effectively and intelligently communicate with somebody, avoid the backstory. Get straight to the point. Cut out all of the going around the world, around the bush. You still got to come right back to the front. Who here values direct communication?
I do.
Me, I totally prefer it, but I do actually have a hard time dishing it out because I'm so concerned about how it's going to make them feel, especially if it's something I know they're not going to like.
Well, then you need to adopt my apology. I apologize how you heard that.
Yeah.
If you don't say it, how's it make you feel?
Worse, usually.
So you would rather make yourself feel worse than and shield someone's may or may not hurt feelings, but you would rather make yourself feel worse. You see that self-sabotage.
I think it's just I'm conditioned to be that way as a, growing up and learning how to please everybody else and not myself. So it's a newfound thing.
Good. Good.
Yeah, which I'm practicing doing, and I try to do it with, as gently as I can, but the bottom line, like, I'm gonna go out tonight and hear some live music, and I've never went out dancing by myself or with anyone, actually.
Absolutely.
But I am gonna do it tonight. I'm 46 years old. My goodness, I'm a big girl. I should be able to do these things. And I'm finding myself struggling to not feel like I'm doing something wrong because I invited my fiance to go, but of course he can't go, and so I've extended the invitation to others. And anyway, it's just weird how I find myself feeling like like I'm doing something wrong, and I'm not even doing anything wrong.
Absolutely. See, my life, a wonderful life. It is. I hear the travails of obligatory love coming from you. You feel obligated, and you feel compelled to stay in that good little girl box because you were taught. Whoever taught you what a good little girl was, you're obligated. You feel obligated to stay in that box, and you're scared to death to jump outside of that box because you don't want to be judged by anybody. But do you know that you're the only one that can judge you?
Yeah, that's actually, I didn't think of that, but you're right. That makes perfect sense.
You're the only one that can judge you. So, and you ever think about it like this? The person who told you the ins and outs of being a good little girl, did you ever think that maybe they didn't tell you all of the truth, or maybe they didn't tell you the right stuff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that.
Because I'm still waiting on the dad manual. I have yet to see the father manual. I got a bunch of ladies on here. Is there a mother's manual for y'all? Because I checked Amazon, I checked Borders, I checked the library. There's no manual of how to do this thing. We do the best we can with what we have and what we know. And then as we get older, we weigh what we were taught versus our own logic and common sense. That's all we got. We don't have no manual. There's no perfect dad, perfect mom. There are a hell of a lot of great dads and moms. And each one of them dads and moms is perfect for them kids. But a perfect dad or a perfect mom, no, ain't no mold for that. Ain't no mold. We have been told so much disinformation growing up that it's amazing how some of us ain't walking around here with our eggs scrambled and just some of the stuff we were told and some of the stuff we were made to do and conform with as kids. I'm glad you guys appreciate. I'm glad there's a few that appreciate folks that get to the point in some direct communication. Number three, check your intentions. In other words, ask yourself before you start, ask yourself, what is my purpose for speaking on this or that? What's the end goal? Am I just talking just to stir up some shit? Do I want to push an emotional trigger? Do I want to push a button? Do I want to be vengeful? Am I being negative? Am I being purposefully hurtful? Or do I really need clarity on this and I really want an open, honest, and transparent conversation about this? Anybody got any thoughts about checking your intention before you just blah? And these not just for intimate relationships. These are all of our communications. I mean, all of them. Communication with our coworkers, folks we see on the bus, folks we walk up and down the street. Anybody check their intention before they just boom? Or do you just with no concern about your own intentions? You see, we can, just by checking our intentions, we get to determine how the vibration of the communication is going to go. If I check my intentions, if I know I'm coming from a place of true wanting to know and to clear up all of the malfunctions. Yes, Sharon, see your hand up.
You did. I just had a light bulb moment because I was talking to someone earlier today, and it was, for me, it was just mouth vomit. So I never thought about thinking first before I speak. It's just like it just comes out, and wow, think about my intentions before I speak.
Absolutely.
I've never
I know it might seem like some people might be getting an epiphany for that. Some people, this is a novel, this is a new concept. What do you mean I got to think before I speak? I'm just going to run off and just say.
I mostly think of my intentions when I'm texting. If I'm having a conversation that I'm texting, and then I'll type up a message, and then I'll delete it, and then I'll type it up, and then I'll delete it, and then I'll type it up, and then I'll be like, okay, let's get to the bottom of what are you trying to say, and don't be just throwing something out there because you want to be a bitch and you want to, you know, you want them to trip on their, you want to trip them up. Don't do it. You know, what are you really trying? What is the point of what you're trying to get across?
That part right there.
Yeah.
If you do not know what your conclusion is for all of this, then don't say it. Don't even engage.
Yeah.
Don't even engage, because you lose your effectiveness and you really lose the intelligent part of communication when you don't check your intentions and you just still blah, 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 and you have no idea where it's going in at this point. We get in conversations and we get in interactions and we may not even think about our intentions, and the next thing you know, it done went woo somewhere totally where it wasn't even expecting to go. And then one or both of us are like, we butt hurt and our feelings is hurt, and we looking at each other like, and that wasn't either person's intent, but we didn't think. We just started bam, 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 bam.
As Linnea was saying, I think I'm more conscious when I'm texting because I've got burned more when I'm texting.
Absolutely.
It's been much more miscommunication in texting than me expressing myself verbally. So I will actually think about what I say when I'm speaking to someone one-on-one live, like I do. And thank you for that, Linnea.
I got a rule, you guys, on that texting. If you and the person you're texting with are texting on 3 different subjects, hang up and call.
Yeah, sometimes people misunderstand the tone.
Yes.
They have their tone in their own mind of what you're saying, and you may be further from that than what they're not even in the same ball field.
Absolutely. 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 I mean, because a text, you know, somebody asks you how you feeling, and you can say, I'm okay. And okay could be, I'm okay, or I'm okay. You can't get no inflection from a text, you know. Check your intentions. Before you start talking on this or that, check yourself. Why am I doing this? Why? What am I going to accomplish by going there with this? What's my end goal? That will keep you from saying some craziness and allowing a simple conversation of, did you get the milk, to turn into, now I'm a no good raggedy, can't remember shit. And yeah, it just went from, and that wasn't the intent. That wasn't the intent. Number 4, transparency. And let me give y'all a disclaimer. In when we start getting into numerology and astrology and the card sciences later on in the intellectual self, I'll give us some characteristics about certain numbers. My first step is a 7. 7s are private people. I don't want you knowing my business. I'm not going to let you know my business. That doesn't stop me from being transparent in communicating. Now, I don't post anything about my personal life on social media because it's nobody's business. It's not because I'm hiding this or hiding that. People know, you guys know who I am. I ain't hiding shit. I ain't posting my business on social media. You want to know? Call me. The people who are in my circle know what the fuck is going on with me. They know the good, the bad, the ugly, and the unexpected. I'm transparent. If I'm not feeling good, I will tell you I'm not feeling good. If I schedule an appointment with you yesterday for tomorrow, and then something comes up tomorrow, I will tell you, hey, something came up. Transparency. Okay. Remember this old saying? It was in a song or a poem or something. Tell me no secrets and I'll tell you no lies. It's didn't Fleetwood Mac have a lyric or something like that? I'm changing that. One of them 70s group that was in one of their songs. I'm changing that up a little bit. If I have no secrets, I can tell you no lies. That's why I don't have a problem with telling anybody that want to know, yeah, I smoked crack before, sure did. Plenty of it. I smoked plenty of it. Been drunk many times, smoked weed, yep. Then I ain't a thief, but I've stole stuff before, sure have. What? Stole money out of my grandmother's purse, sure did. Few times, not just once. Transparent. You ask me what I like, I'll tell you. Most of y'all that's in my circle know I don't want nothing cooked with curry. Can't stand it. That's just me. But you know that because I'm transparent. And those people in my circle, I tell them everything about me that is important. People don't need to know why I change jobs every 2.5 years. Ain't none of your business why I did that. Just know that I worked all them jobs. That's good enough. But transparency, you see, if especially, and I'm really zeroing in on intimate one-on-one relationships with this one right here. If two people who are courting each other and wanting to be with each other, if y'all can't be transparent, what's the point?
Exactly.
What is the point?
Doesn't seem like there is one, to be honest.
Most guys, they don't like this word transparency because it's really a softer word for vulnerable. Most guys don't want to face their vulnerabilities. I don't give a shit about it myself because I know in my vulnerabilities is my power. And by stepping into them and recognizing them and confront the ones I need to confront and build up the ones I need to build up, I am more powerful than one that's walking around acting like ain't nothing wrong with you and you Superman made of steel and shit bounce off of you. No, it don't bounce off of me. I'm moody, I'm sensitive. You say the wrong thing to me, you're going to get cussed out. And if you walk up to me swinging your arms, you're going to get punched. For real, for real. I'm gonna go out looking for a fight, but if a fight come my way, it don't get past me. At 58, I'm still ready to come knock somebody out. But I'm being vulnerable right now. I'm telling y'all that that's a thing for me. I have a thing about people just talking crazy to me and saying any old type of thing. I'll get you told. Since December 31st, 2015, nobody gets a pass no more. You say some crazy shit to me, you're going to get your wig blown back. I'm not giving you a pass anymore. That's one of my vulnerabilities. So if you already know that, then just don't come up here talking crazy to me. But if you do, know that I'm going to talk crazy right back. Transparency is important. Transparency gets you out of ego. See, my ego is sitting back here in the corner saying, man, dog, why you tell people you smoked crack? Because I did. I did. There's enough people still alive that I got high with that know it. So if I come on there and say, no, I never did it, there's at least one person still alive that I have with. So I'd rather be transparent. I'd rather tell on myself than you don't have no power to hold something over me and have me feeling like I got to toe the line, because if not, you're going to tell a secret on me. And no, I'm telling my own secrets. Transparency. I'll tell you what makes me happy. I'll tell you what makes me sad. I'll tell you what my yeses are, and I'll tell you what my no's are. And I'm okay with a discussion that comes up out of me telling you my yes and no's that may contradict with your yeses and no's. I'm okay with that, because we can effectively and intelligently communicate, because I told the truth. I got to the point and I checked my intentions. So we're straight now. Even if we have a disagreement, we can still effectively and intelligently communicate. Number 5, if/when it goes left, every conversation not gonna go left. Some will. If/when it goes left, stay respectful. Stay respectful. No need to talk under folks' clothes. No need to call anyone anything other than the name that their mama gave them or the name they picked for themselves. Stay respectful. Not so much worrying about the other person. Stay respectful to yourself. What good does it do when something goes left to just keep throwing gasoline on it and getting disrespectful? And you want an episode of Snap to break out. You want an episode of Cops to show up. When we go left, and sometimes going left is necessary. In some of my more heated conversations, I've spoken and heard the truth. When you get mad, you say all that shit that you've been wanting to say, but I'm gonna keep it together. I'm gonna be the good guy. I'm gonna be the good girl. I'm gonna keep it together. Get mad. Let it go left. And it's all right to say those things that you've been holding. Just stay respectful. Because I'm kind of like this. If I'm calling you all kind of bees and hoes and talking up under your dress, and eventually we get over this, how am I gonna come back and expect? You know what I'm talking about. How am I gonna do that? How can I come back and ask for? Yeah. After I done called you all of that, how does that make? How does it make you feel when you get called something other than your name, and then 2 hours later, now you want to make up? Wait a minute. You called me a raggedy motherfucker, and now you want to kiss. Get out of here. Get out of here. I think about that. I know I'm not the only one that thinks about that. When it goes left, stay respectful. That's effective, intelligent communication. You can scream all you want, shout all you want. Stay respectful. Number 6. Okay. If you already know the answer to the question you're going to ask, start with that instead of, okay, perfect example. We got a spousal situation, an intimate situation, and the partner who is communicating has discovered that the other partner is having an affair. You already have evidence of this affair. instead of approaching the situation and asking, are you cheating on me? First of all, you're not going to get the honest answer, and you're going to put somebody on defense. Why don't you start with what you already know, which is, how did Shanae get your phone number and send all these texts to you? How is Billy in your phone with texts? How did this person get your number? See, when we we have to avoid those, what is wrong with you and why you fucking up? No, how? How did this text show up on your phone? How did this email get here? Start with what you know. Don't accuse. Don't accuse. Because accusing somebody, that's the quickest way to get a lie, and then it's going to really go left from the beginning. Really go left. Confront. Confront. Lay your evidence out. No matter how you got the evidence, lay it out. And don't allow your discovery to be discounted with, well, you shouldn't have been going through my phone. Well, I went through your phone. So what? I did. Own it. Yeah, I went through your phone. Sure did. This is what I found. How'd she get your number? How'd he get your number? What's this talking about? Y'all had fun last night. You said you had to work last night. That's effective in intelligent communication. Not, are you cheating on me? No. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. You always bring this up. There's a record right there. You want this to be effective. You don't want to walk away from your communication scratching your head like, what really happened right there? What happened right there? Even worse, you don't want to walk away feeling you're the one that's wrong. Start with what you already know. Go in on the offensive. Don't give, in a situation like that, don't give them an opportunity to tell you a lie. Most folks generally are honest people. Given the convenient opportunity, most people will lie about a little stupid, silly shit that don't even mean nothing. Don't even mean nothing. Overall, most people, I believe most folks are genuinely and generally honest. However, when you get caught in your shit, most of them will lie. You don't believe me or your lying eyes. You can see them doing some shit, they'll still lie. Start with what you already know. And the last one, if you don't know what you are talking about, STFU. I'm serious. I'm so serious. If you have no clue about the content, about the subject, about the event, about whatever happened, shut your damn mouth.
You need a bullhorn with that one.
Just shut up. Come on, Sharon, talk to us about that.
You need a bullhorn with that one, because I think some people just like to hear themselves talk. And others, I have no idea why they can't say, I don't know. I feel it's powerful.
It's very powerful.
You will not catch them, and I'm saying this from, I know people like this, like you will not catch them saying, I don't know. They will make up something just to have something to say.
Yeah, I know some folks like that too, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Either they'll make up something just to have something to say, or if you say that you wrestled a bear to the ground, they'll say they wrestled too. Gotta outdo you. If you don't know what you're talking about, just shut up. That is much more effective and intelligent than jumping into a conversation that really you have no business even being in. Anybody got any comments? I thank everybody for being here. You're right, David. That eagle ain't no joke.
I would never be able to go through anyone's phone. So I feel like if they're cheating, and that's on them and whatever. And I've been there, done that before. So, and actually I was accusing the other person. Meanwhile, I was already fantasizing of doing it myself. Yeah. So the accusations really came from my own guilt.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion. But yeah, I just don't, I feel like being suspicious and doing those things makes you crazy. It's just when I was more insecure, it literally makes you go crazy. So I definitely am happy to be moving away from that more and moving into a place where, everybody's free to do what they want.
Absolutely.
That's the reason I'm going out tonight.
I look at it like this. If I am allowed to be me, guess what? Everybody else is allowed to be you. Y'all are allowed. If I can't expect anyone to be anything differently than I expect myself to be, and I'm going to always be authentically me. That's it. So I can't, I'm not holding anybody to anything other than just be you. Look, somewhere I saw this somewhere on a meme or something. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Dr. Tia, please chime in, please. Dr. Tia, I know you got something to say about this. Unmute yourself.
About the cheating aspect, or if you don't know what you're talking about, shut the
all of that. Just about all of this. In any
I think I'm for the hot discussion. Honest, open, and transparent. And I also believe that some things just don't need to be discussed.
That part right there.
If you've dealt with issues in your past or whatever, that's the past. Some things just need to be left where they are.
Absolutely. I tell you on a need to know basis. I tell you things about my life on a need to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some things folks don't need to know.
And you know what's really interesting, because like through the courtship process, I want to touch on that. So I was talking with Barbara. Barbara's not on this phone. So I shared, things with her in the past. Of course, she's like my girlfriend. We shared a lot. So it's like, how much do you really give a person that you're courting or possibly going to marry? How much is really relevant? If it's in your past, it's not relevant to now. Why go and rehash all of that stuff up and just cause issues and frantic?
It ain't important.
It just doesn't make sense.
The only thing about your past I want to know is, have you healed from your childhood trauma and past toxic relationship behaviors and attitudes. Other than that, if you say yes, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And your past, my past is shut. It's right. Because I'm not concerned with, look, if me and you meet today, I don't care what you did yesterday or yesterday backwards. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm judging you on who I'm seeing today. And what we're going to do, we're going to build from today forward. Don't have nothing to do with who you were. You're not who you were. You're who you are right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I had to say, because it's like, okay, I've been married before, you know, and it's like you go through this, you go through the issue, you tell your whole past to this person, then you move on with your life. It's like, who wants to keep bringing that past to their next relationship? And so, you know, the honesty, the transparency and openness deals with the right now, the moment time.
Yes, it does.
So that's all I wanted to say.
Well, thank you for chiming in. Thank you for chiming in. Anybody else? Vanda, you want to chime in? David, you want to chime in? Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, you just got, you know, I'm sitting here writing down stuff as I'm listening, you know, and it's as I was writing it down, somebody, you know, was saying, you know, what I was writing. So
absolutely,
it's good to be, you know, connected and vibing with y'all and, you know, growing and stuff and experiencing.
Absolutely, brother. We love you here, man.
Thank you.
You was a vital part. Everybody that's on here is a vital part of all of this. Yeah, it's a collective vibration. Yeah,
I think it's, you know, it's, you know, again, I can identify with a lot of what people are saying, but the people pleasing and, you know, not being your true authentic self. And I mean, I was just thinking about, like, you know, I like to play, it's not even play a game. I just live my life where I make that Family Feud wrong answer sound like,
Yep.
You know, when people say should or just, I just want, don't just do anything. Go all the way, you know,
all
or
the way.
You should do this. It's like, whoa. I'm not operating off your playbook. Give me your information and then let me decide if I want to make that choice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. My buzzword is try. Whenever I hear somebody say try, I'm like, whoa.
Just do it.
Stop. Do it. Because I give this analogy. If I start hitting you in the head with a brick, do you want me to stop or try and stop? Yeah, you want me to stop hitting you with that brick. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Appreciate your contribution and everything, David. If there be nothing else, just you cannot go wrong with the truth. That's where it all starts with. And you can never go wrong if you keep your communications hot. That's honest, open, and transparent. This has been On the Seventh with Pyfris B. Metatron. I am so glad that everyone was here. Keep coming back every Tuesday, Saturday, and Thursday where we awaken, ascend, and expand. We're going through the 88 steps into your mastered self, and I guarantee you along the way, your mastered self is awaiting you. Goodbye for now, and I'll talk to you guys. I will be back online tomorrow because we have a full moon and we have to do a release ritual. So I will be online. I'm going to send out the invitation probably tonight, and the full moon is at 10:37 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So I probably will be on the call at probably like 10:20 tomorrow morning. Just to do some meditation before the exact station event. Once the exact station event comes, we will go through the ritual and then we'll go through the release affirmations and we'll be good to go. So I'm thankful and grateful. It's good to see everybody. Check your emails. Oh, and when I send out the link for Saturday's meeting, I will have the link to the radio station so that everyone, if you can't get on Zoom or you can't get on Facebook, you'll be able to just click right onto the radio station and be able to hear me live there as well. I appreciate everybody. Love you all.
Love you too.
I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow and Saturday. Be good to yourselves. All righty. Bye now.
Bye for now.